Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well. So glad to have everybody in the room here. We got. Sorry, have my other computer double tagging me. I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing me on the other screen. Hi, everybody. I'm very, very excited to have you guys here with us for CPI. Super big event today, although the markets are obviously dead in front of it. Not much really going on here, but good to have everybody here. So glad that everybody is around, and I am just thrilled to start. Hi, good evening for everybody. Right, it's actually a good point. Question: is it type in evening or morning? I'm just curious who's coming from where, because then we'll know if you're from Asia or the other side of the world. If you're telling me it's evening for you, and tell me if it's morning for you. Just type in morning, AM, PM. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Australia, yeah, it's nighttime for everybody. It's not that bad for Australia. 10 o'clock, right? 2 hours, 10 to midnight, all the good hours. Yeah, UK is in the afternoon. Everybody is in the Suriname. Oh, wow. We have some really wild places here. Bangkok, nice. Hi, it's good to see everybody coming in from every corner of the world. And Morocco. Oh, man. Morocco, is evening in Morocco? Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's the Middle East. Yeah, that's right. You guys are way ahead of us. Yes, just like Dubai. Yeah, and Germany. Oh, man, we have like people. Listen to the list of everybody. India, Morocco, Suriname, Germany, South Africa with Cape Town, Kenya, San Antonio, the very, very exotic location of San Antonio, Finland, a lot of South Africans coming in. Rwanda. God, look at you guys. Singapore. Awesome. Yeah, Morocco is in Africa. No. I'm sorry. You're right. Morocco is in Africa, but my bad. But we always think of you guys as Middle East, even though you guys are in Africa. Egypt is in Africa too, but we think of Egypt as Middle East as well. Tanzania, Latvia, nice, my East Europeans, and Vietnam. Vietnam is my next go-to destination. I absolutely really want to go there. Love to go there. So great. I'm so glad everybody's here. Let's talk a little bit about, we got 15 minutes. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on as far as where the expectations are, what the market is looking for. I'll explain to you step by step the brand new indicator that I have working. That's just been money. Every guy in my room is just loving it, because it's basically scalping on hyper short-term timeframes with trend. We just almost always gone with the flow. So it's been really, really good. I'm going to explain exactly how that works. Hopefully we're going to put some trades into action. And I got the trading view. So this is for Windows only, guys. I haven't done the Mac one yet. That might take me a while. But if you have a Windows computer, right, and I'm going to show this to you live. We're going to post all my. We're going to trade my trades live, and you want to kind of auto place your trades. It doesn't mean that they're going to automatically place for you, but basically you want a script to basically make sure the take profit, stop loss, everything is properly done, and it goes super fast. I finally got the script working, and it's free. And the software is called Auto Hotkey. And I'll be happy to release that script to everybody. Actually, the easiest thing to do is probably for right now is if you guys want, once you see the script in action, then I'll give you my email address at the end of the show, and I'll let you guys download it for free, because it's really, really cool. It completely, obviously, first order of business, test this script on the TradingView demo account before you do anything crazy. But you'll see it's not so super fast that it screws up. And it's not so super slow that it's basically the same as a human being. It's like that medium speed, which makes sure that every single trade gets done perfectly, but much faster than if you were able to enter it yourself. You'll see it. It's really, really cool. I'm going to show it to you. All right. Before we start, let me just put up the key links to our friends at Apex. Make sure you get those. Make sure if you want to sign up for us for just a monthly tryout to get all my indicators and everything else. That's the link for that. If you want my coaching, this is the link for that. I'll put all those up there. Make sure you sign up. The most important thing, get in there and get the Apex accounts. I'm gonna talk a lot about that because I think it's going to be super interesting for a lot of different strategies. I'm gonna try and actually put that into action today because I'm gonna trade not only. Sorry, where am I? I have an order. What do I have an order on? Oh, I got to get rid of this. What the fuck is this? Okay, I didn't know I had a floating order on. Okay, so that's all good. Yeah, we're all good. Okay, no more orders. This is the only thing you want to make sure of. But I have like 5 accounts here. We'll flip around. I'm going to show you how I'm going to flip between accounts and do a lot of stuff. This is going to be super useful as we get into the trade. All right, let's talk fundamentals first. We are looking at CPI. Biggest event of the month, in my opinion, if it's a surprise, right? If everybody's looking for 1/10 against 0, 3-1 on the core side, right? I think now core is looking at 3-4, 3-4. Headline is going to be 3-1 against 3-3. Everybody, anything like this, anywhere in this range, it's fine. If it's better, if it's 3.0, boom, we go a little bit higher. But here's the thing: we have been running up every day for like the last 25 days. It's just been a relentless move to the upside. So, being the East European that I am, the only thing that could happen is something bad, right? If we print like a 3.6 print, much hotter, what does that mean? That means the Fed may not be willing to cut rates. The market is completely positioned that the Fed is going to be on a cutting. Let's say Fed funds futures are 75% of a cut in September. SEP SEP cut, right? A SEP cut. The 75% SEP cut, and then an 80% November cut. If this thing goes to 3.6, those odds are going to go maybe 50, maybe even 45. That's going to have, I think, a big impact. We might have a big down day. This is just my supposition. We're going to follow price action. But if we do have a big down day, it's going to give us a really good chance to be able to take advantage of this, right? Yes. I know. I understand that, Apex doesn't accept, traders from certain countries. And we're going to have a good solution for you guys. I think by the end of this summer, we may have a couple of partners that will be able to take traders from all over the world. So, we'll have another good, really good solution for you soon. But yes, for now, Apex primarily takes only. I know. You guys, it's not the wealth of the country. It's regulation. It's money transfer. It's just all sorts of nonsense that make it very, very hard. Just like for the U.S., everybody. By the way, everybody who's not U.S., if you want any of the stuff that I'm talking about for free, literally free, like no money whatsoever, I'm just sending you my 8cap link. All you got to do is open an account with our friends at 8cap in Australia, and just fund the trading account or transfer money from you. If you have a trading account now, take it away from whatever bogus broker you have it with now. Drop it into 8cap, and you will get everything I do for free, no payment whatsoever. So it's a really, really good deal. But again, U.S. customers can't do it, so it goes both ways. Anyways, point being is I think a lot of stuff we could have a big negative move if there's a big surprise. We'll have to see if it's in line. It may be a sort of a non-event because there's so much of this is factored in. So let's talk about the indicator, the super scalper, the simple scalper 3.02, the thing that I created that's just been minting money for all of us over the last couple of days after I really improved it. There's 3 primary concepts behind what I'm doing. Number 1, find out the trend. Determine what the trend is. And I'm going to show you how we do it in this particular structure. Number 2, look for a retrace. Number 3, look for a resumption of that trend. You get 1, 2, 3, you're good to go. You are good to go. That resumption of trend signal is your entry signal. That's where you get the blue arrows. You can see the blue arrows pretty accurately picking up, the shorts over here in the NASDAQ. And the most important thing that we did here that was kind of interesting, I think very novel, is we determine trend by the price level throughout the day. And since we're trading U.S. stock index futures, we're using Chicago time. Remember, we're using it's based upon exchange-based time. All the equity indices in the U.S. trade out of Chicago. All the commodities like gold and oil trade out of New York. So when we look at gold, for example, we're going to look at New York time. But right now we're looking at Chicago time. And what does that mean? So Asia open on Chicago time is 1700 hours, right? So this is, let's say we put ourselves to Asia open. That's a 1700 hour level. And where's that level? And that level was over here. So you can see that we are considerably lower from Asia level. Considerably is a relative term. We're basically flat, but this is the Asia level. So if we're below the Asia level, that is downtrend. We consider ourselves to be in downtrend, right? The next level that we look at after Asia is the European Open, which is 3 o'clock Chicago time. So I'm going to go to 3 o'clock over here. And where am I? 3 o'clock over here. And we're still, lower. It's a little bit, kind of oscillating around here. It's still a little bit lower. But this is going to be the level we're going to pivot off of as the news prints. And then after the news prints, now generally the third level that we look at is the U.S. Open, which is 8:30 Chicago time. But today, we're going to pivot off the news level because news today is the most important thing, and that's going to be 7:30 Chicago time. So, once the news prints, we'll just put that the news level as our pivot level. And if we're above it, we're going to consider ourselves into an uptrend and look for arrows to the upside. Below it, we're going to look for arrows to the downside. We're going to make those trades, and it's going to be different for every instrument. Some instrument may be above, some instrument may be below. They're not all completely correlated. So that's really all we do. We do very, very simple, clean, structural trades. A lot of people, I'm going to preempt all of your questions because I get all these questions every single session we do. Why are we not using, moving averages? Why are we using price levels? The main reason is because the more derivative, every single moving average is an average of the price. It's not the actual price. It's a blend of past history. That means by its very definition, it's a false value. It's a lagging value. So we try as much as possible to, got 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. So we're going to switch to news in about a minute. We try as much as possible to be in the moment, the single most, in the most recent moment. The most recent moment we can have is pure raw price data. So I used to have this video I used to make called Trading Naked, where I traded without any indicators whatsoever, just pure price action. Because if you're intraday trading, that is what you do. You do pure price action because that's the most immediate truth that you need to be looking at, right? So somebody's talking about inflation, gold. So one interesting thing. So gold certainly going to be, if let's say inflation prints hot, right? And we should switch around. We got about a minute to go. Let's go to we got a minute 16 to go. Let's see what the numbers are. I do think if the number is significantly hotter, meaning much worse than the market expects, gold is going to get handicapped because gold really, really depends on lower interest rates. I mean, lower interest rates are very positive. Gold, higher interest rates are negative because gold is not a yielding asset. So the lower the yield, the better it is for gold. So we will see. But yeah, NASDAQ and gold are the most sensitive to a bad print, probably the most positive to a good print, right? So kind of goes both ways. All right, got 39 seconds. Let's just watch around. We're gonna give it a minute. Nobody jump in, get crazy. Even if it's a crazy number, we're gonna give it some breather because we want that whole trend retrace resumption cycle before we start taking any trades. Learn the hard way not to jump around on news. 19 seconds to go. So 3.1 is the baseline. Month over month is 0.1 is what we're looking at. Let's see how we're printing. Negative. Good numbers, right? Really good numbers. That's all positive. Everybody should be popping. And of course, it is popping. It is popping. If we want to do something small, we can chase this. So I'm just going to actually try to chase this right now. Let's see if this works. And I'm going to get stopped out. This is I took a small trade. Now, what you saw here was me placing my trade on using my kind of script algo. I got clipped on this trade, unfortunately. But oh, look at gold. Gold really popping. Let's do gold. Let's do gold. Here we go. Let me see if I can do gold. Okay, I'm long gold here. Again, I'm chasing these trades, but I'm also kind of showing you look at that, and it's showing you the power of automatic entry. You see, it's just simply a hotkey for me, and you see the whole algo executed everything for me. I didn't have to point and click and make mistakes, and that was so we get clipped on Nasdaq, we win on gold. Now we just let's stay a little bit patient. Let's stay a little bit patient. I do think we're going to. This is a very good number. It almost assures that we're going to get the gold goes to 2,400. Look at that. Just really through a big number. This is going to be interesting. So can gold hold 2,400? I'm going to play with this gold, for a little bit here. I'm going to play with it just one more time to the long side, because this is one of those moves, and we make a little bit more on gold, because it's just one of those kind of moves that really screams positivity. But over the long run, we really need to hold this 2,400 on gold. And these are really not my structure scalps. These are basically just so we made a couple of points. We made about 20 ticks on gold. Look, gold is really moving, really popping up. Gold obviously was the single greatest beneficiary of this, right? Really nice trade, really working well. The Nasdaq is the next one up, which looks really good. And I want to be able to. It's going to take us a little while because we're so extended over the moving average. It's going to take us a while to come back and find a retrace resumption. But I think we're going to get those moves. Gold is killing the shorts right now as a trade. So one of the cool things about using this little script is we can actually. I tried it. I wanted to see if it really worked. We can really do trade post event on a fundamental basis. And we could take it long and make it work. So we got it at 401, gave it up at 402, it went up to about 405. I think it has a chance to go to 410. But I'm not a positional trader. That's just not what I do. I'm a scalp trader. So if you're a positional trader, you may want to get here, get long here. This is let's adjust our data now to 7:30 Chicago, because remember I told you we want our line to be the news line. Okay, so this is the news line, right? So we're clearly above the news line in gold. We are clearly above the news line a little bit above the news line in Nasdaq, and that's very important. We want to, if this is truly important news, we're gonna have to stay above these these news lines. Same thing on the S&P. S&P is considerably bigger above the news line, so we can watch this nice and carefully for all its glory. Any trade right now is just simply a chase trade. Maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down, but we need to just be patient enough to let it settle, establish value, and then if there's true continuation, find some the arrows will go our way. So we're going to reorient ourselves, our structure to market up. Everything is market up now, so we're going to start looking for market up arrows in all of this once we get to play. Here's the how's the Dow? Yeah. So all the arrows now reorient ourselves to market up. I'm gonna have to wait carefully to find those arrows. I feel pretty confident that we are going to get continuity. This is a significantly better number. We can go back to this for just 1 second, look at it in more detail. Okay, let's look. So look at that. That's a negative print on CPI. Look at now it's 85%. So really, really almost a assurance that we're going to cut. Core is down to 3.3, like everything across the board. And then jobless are positive. Yeah, it's good news for the market. What this is basically saying is labor market remains robust and inflation is coming down. I'm sure this is going to drive the Trump campaign nuts. But it's pretty good news. It's pretty good news on the equity side. As I said, next big level on gold is the 410 level, which is kind of interesting. I will say this, guys. So I think everybody's going to appreciate this. I'll say this. Every bad trade I made yesterday, at the end of the day, was me fading the trend, me going against the trend, right? I have a horrible, horrible habit. I love to sell highs, buy lows, right? I have just a instinctual habit. So the one thing that kept me positive for the whole day and kept me sane is every time I have a need to scratch that itch, I just do it on a micro basis. I do it on a tiny, tiny trade basis. And those of you who may follow my Twitter feed, and by the way, my Twitter feed is, if you want to follow me, I do a lot of posting. And also, you know what I need to do? Hang tight. I got to give you, everybody needs to sign up. This is absolutely free. I don't have it. I need to, I wanted to give you my, our Telegram channel. Damn it. Okay, let's go. I'm going to give it to you right now. I think Kathy has it bookmarked. Let me go look for her. Because we have a absolutely free Telegram channel. Copy link address. Where we post all of our research ideas and some of my best thoughts. And I want to. This is the best way if you want like BK thoughts, BK ideas, everything that we're doing in BK. Join this channel. We have thousands of people in that channel. It's totally free, no commercials, nothing. It's literally just really all market data. So in that channel, I actually posted a thought. And let me just also give you my Twitter feed, FX Flow, if you guys want to follow me there. I posted a thought about Roger Federer, and he talked about the idea how when you're playing a tennis point, nothing else matters. But once it's over, you should be done with it. You go on to the next one. And this is exactly how we should be thinking about trading. Like when I'm going to trade, nothing else matters. But if the trade is over, just let it go. And the reason why we all go on tilt, the reason why we blow up accounts is because we can't let go of that one tennis point. If we thought of every trade as just a single point in tennis, instead of the single most important thing in our life, and like, oh my God, if I lose this point, I'm going to be dead. Which is what we do when go on tilt, we would be much, much more successful. So my point is, when I want to fade something, and I'm really just putzing around because I have no setups. The trend is so strong; it's going to take a while for it to retrace and resume. I'll give myself, I'll let myself trade the micro contracts because then I don't give a shit. It wins, it loses. It's much more of a theoretical idea than it is this one. So let's do this right now. I'm going to do this right now on this. Let's see if, by the way, also, I'm actually curious if this works on gold. See, look at that. Look how nice that is. You see how that it was, it wasn't super fast, right? Although did it give me my, no, it did not. See, it still doesn't matter. It's going to give me the ticks that I want. So I'm short this thing, just because, there we go. And, I satisfied my scratch. 10 ticks on gold for a short. Why was I short? Because we're way, way overextended, because we kind of, stopped in front of the 210 level. And I thought, okay, worth a punt. Now, the only thing that was wrong with my script on this one particularly, was interesting, is it's supposed to give me a stop level, and it didn't print the stop level. So, as good as this auto script is, sometimes it screws up, and you got to monitor it. But it's still, look how nice it is. I'm able to talk to you guys and the whole thing, gets executed automatically. Like before, when I'm live trading and, it just becomes pandemonium. I made so many unforced errors, which is another tennis term, right? I made so many unforced errors without the script, and now I'm pretty much not making any entry errors as a result of it. Okay, let's look at NASDAQ here. Still okay. So where are we? We're above. Oh shit. I'm sorry, guys. I missed the NASDAQ trade. NASDAQ actually gave us a retrace buy trade over here. Where's the S&P? S&P is gave me a trade, but this trade is actually not working. So we're going to pass up on it a little bit. This arrow, this first arrow would have worked for a point, 701 to 702. Now we're getting a correction, which is fine because it's actually totally natural. So the next up arrow, I'm definitely going to be trading. Now remember, this is the news level, right? We got to hold the news level for the uptrend to kind of be legitimate and to hang tight. I just posted a Telegram address in the feed. Do you guys not see it? Oh, sorry. It's not. Let me just do this again. Telegram channel. I will next time to talk about automation. I'll be able to put this into my nice automation. It's the one link I forgot, but it's a really good link for you guys to have. Let me give it to you again. You can also find it on Kathy's here. Okay, I'm sending it to you guys now. Okay, I'm watching the S&P here. Let's see if we can get a trend signal, right? Post event. It's actually not going to give me a trend signal because I'm looking at this thing because this is a lower low. So it's actually good. We're not going to be able, even if this trade works. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is going to prove my point about when you don't have a good setup, just do a fuck around trade. Just do a tiny little trade. If you want to scratch that itch, I'll tell you why. So this is not showing you the arrow. The reason why it's not showing you the arrow is because to be a truly proper uptrend, you have to have higher lows. To be a truly proper downtrend, you have to have lower highs. And this thing needs to be like pretty much, it needs to be a green candle somewhere above here, above these lows in order to create the arrow. It doesn't even matter because the whole thing couldn't even hold the moving average. So there's no trade here. TS, what are you talking about? Aren't Kathy's thoughts better? What are you talking about? CPI just took me out of $500 buy trade in gold. Okay. Well, you were probably late, or you probably had a very $100 stop trade means you probably had only a 10 pip stop, right? Oh, just kidding. Oh, all right. Fuck you. Just kidding. No, I'm like, what are you talking about? That move was just below the figure on that short was an opportunity to go long. Oh yeah, you're probably right, Fred. I mean, guys, you're right. I'm sorry. And I'm not watching gold. Gold actually gave us a great continuation signal. I took my focus to the S&Ps. But you're right, guys are absolutely right. This was a great signal. I just simply, we took the short, and then I should have taken the long here, but just trying to follow too many symbols at once here, and trying to get an anchor of where we're at. But you guys were absolutely right. That was a great, I made the money on the short. This short is just my own personal foibles, right? The trade was this was a great trade to the upside, right? And you should have only taken the short when I took the short and gotten rid of it. Not, anytime after that was already not a trade. Oh, you bought gold at 2,300 with TP at 2,400. So then you should be good. You made 100 points. I mean, like you made a really really big move on gold. Good for you. I thought you got stopped out. That's what I thought you were saying. Let's look at the YM also. Okay, so here's interesting. Dow is giving up the news line, right? This is the news line. Really, really important. Dow is giving up the news line. S&P is giving up the news line, right? NASDAQ gave up the news line. So equities are kind of, really losing a little bit of steam, right? We got nothing going on. Gold, on the other hand, is just powering on through. But and really, really moving hard to the upside. Although you guys know me, right? Let's do this one more time, just for shits and giggles. Okay. Oops. Let me see. Now this is annoying. So this is 11, 13, 8. Okay. I'll put my stop in there. See, the problem is it doesn't, the script doesn't really put the stop. And also I need to move this to like around probably 10 or 11.1. Come on down, baby. I'm just fooling around here, guys, because I have no trades. And I'm just shorting the 15 highs in front of it. Again, this is the do as I say, not as I do trades. I'm taking very, very small trades, just because I have no setups, I have no signals, and I'm probably gonna eat it. This is a good example of where when you go against trend, you most likely always. I'm gonna eat this trade, almost doubtlessly going to eat this trade, unless I get very, very lucky and we have a little bit of a corrective sell off here. But gold looks like it's just consolidating. It's not even. Maybe I get lucky and I escape, but I'm not holding my breath. It's just a good example. When you're trading against trend, much more difficult. This is the Boris shows you what not to do trading today, just because I'm bored and I have nothing else to do. Somebody says JPY dropped like crazy. Maybe BOJ sold into the move. That's interesting, actually. I'm not trading FX, so I'm not watching it. All right, let me let's look at around what's going on over here. Kind of quiet. So we had news. Now we're sort of underneath all these levels, all these risk news levels on equities. So we really don't have anything to go with. And if we drop a little bit below, we're actually going to switch to a negative trend bias, because this is the trend, and we got to be above it in order for us to stay there. Somebody's saying gold is definitely a short on a weekly chart. Yeah, I'm sure it is on a weekly chart, but we're trading the 1 second chart or the 1 minute chart. So it's really immaterial to me. I'm just fooling around with the gold trades, just seeing how they go. But what's interesting is you're noticing, look, NAS, which is the most interest rate sensitive of equity indices, kind of giving it up a little bit. That's all. It's early. You can't read too much into it, because remember, there was a massive vortex of buyers. The dealers now basically need to square up their books. The dealers love to short after news because, they're the ones that sold over here, so they want to collect the money to the downside. And if they have a chance, they'll do it. So that's basically what's going on over here. We're not nothing much happening on either side. We just don't have the setups that we needed for right now. I got tagged out on gold. What a surprise! So that was a tiny little trade, so we don't really care. But it's a good example of like, don't fade the trend. Much as you like. The reason I think most people lose money trading is because they give lip service to trend, but they love to fade tops and fade bottoms. And I am like a poster child for that behavior. And what I've done is I have kind of taught myself to, if I'm going to indulge those bad habits, I'm going to do them at tiny little size, so it doesn't really have any impact on me. We've got to go back to gold because I wonder if we have it. Oh shit, let's go. We got a long. Oh man. Oh fuck. Okay, let's try this. Let me see if my algo works now. Still. Okay. Oh, and I got to get rid of this. This buy limit is not okay. So see, I was a little bit late. I realized that gold is actually now turned back up into a. So we're at 14. I got to be 15.3. Let's see if we can go through the 15s on this. Nope. So the trend trade here doesn't work, but that's it's understandable because we've had a really, really strong move to the trend side. The next, I'll be happy to take the next trend trade that appears because that's gonna. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. So this was actually a legit trade. This is the first legit trade that did not work for us, but it's okay. Like I said, it's just a point in tennis. The other thing that Federer was talking about is that he's won like 85% of his matches, but only 54% of his points. And that's the key thing to remember, that any individual trade is completely immaterial. That being said, we're now underneath the trend significantly in NASDAQ and S&P, and we're going to go to negative trend now to configure ourselves and look for trades there, unless and until this level changes itself. Gold is did the final. I should have waited patiently until we got to the 15. I shorted it a little bit too soon, but it's fine. Yeah, so everybody's watching dollar yen. Dollar yen is really like 2.5 points. Look at this dollar yen. Wow, it's a big move. By the way, this is dollar yen on. I can't trade dollar yen because when I don't have it on this platform. But this is dollar yen using my structures, and you see how how good the signals were on this on dollar yen. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's just look at this signal here. It's an 87. Got 5 seconds left. So this would be, this is already a third short in the sequence, but it's still probably pretty good. If you're trading like with a 10-20, so this would be 77 would be the target, and like 97 would be the stop on dollar yen. If I was trading this, still pretty good signal. They're really pressing it hard here. Interesting. Why don't I give the algo to just open the trade? Well, it opens the trade and it's supposed to put a stop on a target because we're scalping. It's supposed to be, and the problem is sometimes it in fast markets the script doesn't put the stop on there, so it's really, really important. By the way, look at this. We're totally, if we took this trade in dollar yen at plus 10 points very, very quickly, very nice and easily over here, just as an aside to all of this. Okay, what's going on here? I want to see gold is trying to climb its way back up. If it gives me, it's not giving me a buy signal. Oh, I'm oriented negative. I need to orient positive. Okay, let me see if I can orient myself positive. Still not a buy signal because it's a lower high here. So I'm watching this carefully here to see if I can get a higher low. S&P is below, YM is below, NASDAQ is below, gold. Okay, getting a signal. Being patient. Let's see if gold seems to be having a hard time at a 415 level. So until and unless we get a quality signal, we're not taking anything right now. But gold seems to be the main mover right now for us. Okay, 25 seconds left. Don't trade gas. It's already too many instruments that I'm trading. We do a lot of this stuff. Generally, when I'm trading for myself, I'm only trading the S&P and Nasdaq. The other thing is just don't try to be jack of all trades, master of none. Okay, no arrow on gold here. Interesting. It's clearly battle between the shorts at the 415 level and the longs that want to busted wide open. Everything else is essentially at level. Guys, oh shit, where's my glasses? Guys, I'm gonna take 1 minute break and I'll be back. I just want to see this. Guys, shut up. I just have somebody at the door. Just 1 second. No. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back in 1 minute.
The call isn't responding.
All right, guys. Sorry. Was nothing. I missed nothing here as I'm looking. This candle looks pretty good, actually. Let me see if I can take it. Let's see if we can take this move, and it's done. So, see when you kind of see the pattern, it becomes almost secondhand. So why did I take this? Because we were above the moving average. We didn't quite get the arrow because this was a lower high, but we held above the moving average. We're really moving towards that 15 level. The longs were able to stave off the shorts. There was no reds over here. So nice clean scalp. That was about $100 scalp in 10 seconds. My favorite kind of a trade. It's the only trade that's going on right now on the side. Now, hold on. Now we got a trade on the Dow, and I'm going to take this trade on the Dow as long as the candle closes here. Let's wait, and I'm going to reconfigure the. It's still not giving me the stops here. So let's do the stops first of all. Good habits. Always make sure you have a stop. I'm in at 8. The stop should be at 28. Okay, stop is there. Target is there. Now this is oriented to the upside, but we are obviously on the downside. So you can see these arrows. See I knew the arrows were going to be there because we're oriented to the downside. So let's see if this works for us to the downside. For full 10 ticks. All right, you know what? We'll take the 7 ticks and kill that. There's no more. Yeah, we took like 8 ticks out of this thing. Not bad. Again, the most important thing that I wanted to show you is it's the structure. Trend negative. News. This is news level, right? News level. We're below news level. Market selling off. Doesn't matter why. Because it was overbought. Because it was, you sell on news. Corrective price action. It could all change in an hour. We don't give a flying F, as we say in New York City. What we're caring about is accuracy in action. Accuracy in entry. So negative news, retrace move, resumption of trend. We could have taken this arrow over here, but I was a little bit cautious. I wanted to make sure we had the other arrow, and that was a nice clean 10-point trade. Just like the other trade was a nice clean 10-point trade. Now both of these trades were not micros; they were regular trades because they were quality trades. It's a difference between screwing around or I have a webcam at the door. I know who it was, guys. It's somebody who's coming in to do my house. So that's why I had to answer the door. Okay. This is the beauty of trading live on YouTube. You have real life interfering. There was nothing I could do. So I'm glad you guys waited for a second, but it was a choice of me either cutting YouTube live short because that's all I had for you today, or hanging out with you guys through the open. So I think let's do a little survey. Should we trade through the open? Let's do my poll of the day. Actually, you know what? What's a good question? What's a good poll question of the day? Oh, you know what? Let's do. What is your favorite instrument? Favorite instrument. And I'm going to give you 3 choices: NASDAQ, gold, and we're going to do S&P. Let's see what everybody likes to trade. So I'm not giving anybody FX because I don't trade FX with you guys. Powell's at the door. Oh my God, Lee, are you making a reference to what I think you're making a reference to? That is very funny. If you're making the joke, so I don't know if anybody saw this, but there is a viral video of Jerome Powell screaming at one of his aides, going, "Shut the fucking door." And I remember Jerome Powell is the most bland conservative guy you can possibly imagine. So him losing his shit and cursing like I do every 5 seconds is beyond hilarious. So, that whole video of him saying "shut the fucking door" is just a pure viral video on Fin Media. So Lee said Powell's at the door. I'm thinking, was that a reference to that? Was that what you were referring to? Oh my God, very good, very good. That was a truly geeky finance joke. Pullback in gold. Gold is pulling back. Yes, let's go look at gold. So gold's still above the news level, right? Still above the news level. So we don't have. There's nothing much going on over here, but we clearly hit the ceiling at the 415 level. And clearly, what's happening now is if you're looking at the whole risk complex. Right, the risk complex basically sold off on good news. Now comes, I think the moment of the next 25 minutes. Right now we're twiddling our thumbs, but when we open up for trade, what's going to be really interesting is there going to be enough buying orders to take equities higher for the day, and this is a really, really, really interesting thing to think about. So, how many of you guys know Jason Shapiro, who is a market wizard, good buddy of mine? He was in the latest, Market Wizards books. He was in a couple of my Trader Fests. Has anybody ever heard of Jason Shapiro? Right? Anybody? Yes? No? So anyways, let me tell you who he is. He's a market wizard, great trader. He is the opposite of a trend. He is a turn trader. He always likes to buy bottoms, sell tops, but he does it obviously much better than I ever could. And he has a whole, positional. He trades it positionally, so he has a positional methodology. But his number one setup number one setup is the following. The market is up when the market is really, really overbought. The market is really, really oversold. News comes out that's supportive of the trend. So positive news on a positive trend move, and the market ends up lower. Like, in other words, could today be a Jason Shapiro day, which is we close lower on positive news. If that's the signal, he loves to use that as a stop and fade the market. I want to post this out. So it's interesting. This is obviously only going to be true or false at the end of the day, but like it's just kind of an interesting idea. I'm actually going to hang a second, guys. We got a few minutes. Nothing else is going on here. I'm going to post this up. I want to say could. If only I could spell. Today be Jason Shapiro day. Okay, guys who follow me will know what that means. But it's it's super interesting to kind of think about that. Yes. So generally, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ all go in the same direction. Although lately there's something called diffusion. Diffusion is where everybody goes their own separate ways. Hey, gold. Sorry, I'm not watching gold. Shit. Okay, gold is a green buy. Let me just reorient myself. Hang on a second. Let's make sure we go market up on gold. Does this give me a signal? No. You know what? Let's take a small one. I'm late. Okay, I'm just going to take a small one. I'm thinking when I'm late on a signal, even if it's a good signal, I'm not going to take a large position because being late is the same thing as being wrong. So if you want to scratch that itch of I'm late, but maybe I'm still right, you see me. I'm doing a small trade now, not a large trade. Let's see if this hits my target. I'm in at 13.4. Let's see if I can do anything about it. But if I needed to have been like right over here, and this wasn't even a legit trade because it still wasn't a green candle. It was kind of a hop over candle. So probably let's see. I still think it feels like the gold buyers want to take it higher. So I'm kind of trading, giving them the benefit of the doubt and trading to their strength. But unless I get a perfect timing entry, I'm not taking the big trade. And and it's not. It looks like it might die out on me again. And that's another thing I sort of taught myself that if I'm late, I'm going to be small because being late is the same thing as being wrong. If I get lucky on this trade and it works, great. If it doesn't, it's a tiny blip on the radar. Nope, I got stopped out. Okay. Gold looks like it's actually really building a wall of selling here. So now I'm perfectly okay. If this is a red candle, I'm perfectly okay going the other. Again, not my trend setup, but just my own personal scalp setup. I'm perfectly okay going the other way. I'll take it to the short side here. Let's see if this works. It was too fast. It was a small sell. Let me do this one more time. This is the only problem with my. Oh, I know why. Because my take profits are all screwed up here. The algo screws up the take profits. You need to be very careful with this. Okay, let me see if I can do this one more time. Nope. Sorry, the algo didn't even put me in because it got screwed up. Okay, let's see if we can do this one more time. Okay. Still doesn't give me a stop. Still does not give me a stop on this thing. See, everything, all technology always has fallbacks, right? It's still too fast to give a stop. It's a 10-6 entry, so I got to be 12-6 stop on this thing. and I'm probably going to get stopped out. I'm stopped out. Okay, fine. Again, I'm chasing the bottoms, just putzing around, all small levels, so I don't really care. Definitely no arrows over here because it's a lower green, but not a bad trade here. Not a bad trade here for for this. All right, let's see if I can get. Again, I'm taking a small trade here because I don't have a green arrow here, but we're obviously positive bid. So you got, me going against trend is a sucker proposition. Most of my counter trend trades have sucked. Most of my trend trades have been really, really good. So hopefully this is going to prove my thesis that my trend trade goes well here. Come on, baby. Come on. 13.4. 13.4. There we go. Yes. So what do we learn today, children? That we do as Boris says, not as Boris does. We don't fade the trend no matter how much we have the itch, or if we're going to do it on small, stupid sizes. And that when you have a clean, clear, definitive trend, there's only two trades: buy or stand down. Buy or stand down. Buy or stand down. Since I can't stand down, we make the there. I'm up. Yeah, I'm up for the day because here's the thing, David. Remember, the two trend trades that I took, the quality ones with the arrows, were all large contracts, which is 10 times the size. And the ones where I'm microing, I'm basically break even on those. A couple of those were winners, a couple of those were losers. So I'm definitely up on the day because the fuck around trades are at 1/10 my size. The real trades are at real size. That's you shouldn't screw around is the lesson that I'm kind of wanted to impart on everybody. But if you're going to screw around, you only do it for pennies rather than dollars. All right, does that make sense? And that's really, really important. So again, these are not my whenever I'm trading, you see all my flaws and all of my good ideas. The good ideas is I have great structures. I have really, really good indicators. I have decent, more or less decent, algos for order entry. Where I go astray, where everybody does go astray, is I have a lot of bad impulses, but I've learned how to channel my impulses into stupid trades on stupid size, right? Don't do stupid trades on real size. That's made a huge difference. But generally, I'm just itchy because it's boring. We don't have any, there's no setups here. We can sit here. I don't want to be like the other guys. There are guys who will do 3 hours of live streaming and take one trade. And I'd rather shoot myself, or I'd rather give myself a root canal without Novocaine. Signal. Okay, let's get real. Signal in gold. Am I in gold? Yeah. I got 25 seconds left. Let's get serious on this. So this has got to hold. Let's see if this signal holds. 17 seconds. Watching it trade. Let's see if it doesn't fade. It's if it fades, then it's not a signal. Not a signal. Not a signal. Nope, not a signal. See what a fake out is? The market is such a little fake out. It's like a 3-card Monty. Follow the queen. Where's the queen? The queen is not here. So make sure this is why I hold off. Scalping is so another good question. Oh, great questions. Let's do another poll. I really want to do this poll. Okay, so first of all, let's a summary of what we did on this poll. Okay, this is really interesting. Wow, look at you guys. So 40% of you trade NASDAQ, 40% of you trade gold, only 17% of you trade S&P, and I love the S&P. It's really interesting. So the S&P is obviously smaller and less active, but it's also like one of the best responding instruments to kind of quick trend scalps. Interesting. Wow. So everybody loves NAS and gold. You guys like volatility. So that's interesting. Okay. So now I want to do another trend. We're going to end this poll. I want to do one more poll with you guys. So here's the publishing of the poll. Let's do another poll. The poll I want to do is what do you, I'm going to do 3 choices. What do you like to do most? Because I'm really curious as to who is hanging out in the group here. Scalp. Scalp is basically what I'm doing, very, very quick trades. Day trade, which is more like, kind of an hour-long trade or something like that, or swing trade. So I'm interested who's in the room here. I'm starting the poll. All right, please vote, guys. I'm really, really curious how we're doing. Okay, this is a false positive here because remember, I am on. Let me see. Let me make sure I have this right. I am on a 7:30 start. Where's my 7:30 start level? And we should be market down. So this is not a market down arrow. So we don't have an up arrow. So we're actually what we can do is we can have two charts. This is a market up arrow because this is the 7:30. You see it's 7:30 news hours. So we're in market up mode in this one, and in this one we're in market down mode. It's actually good because we can actually go between 2 instruments and see which one is giving us good signals and stuff like that. Got about 15 minutes to go before the market open. Okay, let's take a look at all the equities just to kind of see this. The equities are down. Dow is inching towards the high. Towards the news trend level. S&P is quagmired over here, and Nasdaq is quagmired underneath. So interesting to see. To me, I think it's going to be interesting to see at 9:30 New York time, 9:45. How much buying power will there be? How much hold will there be? Are they really going to Are they going to really run the indices even higher at this point? Just trying to see what anybody is talking about here as far as equities. Everybody's talking about dollar yen. I guess the BOJ really ran under the radar. Look at dollar yen. Holy shit! 3 big handles. These are the days where I wish we could have traded FX. Yes, yields are down big time. This is the U.S. yields, by the way. Those of you who are interested in terms of what are the key things that you want to look at? This is primarily most of the stuff that we look at. We just look at yields, which are actually obviously very important. The 10-year is at 4.1, which is really if 10-year goes down underneath 4. So 10-year goes underneath 4. That means mortgages are going to get cheaper. That's really positive, for the housing sector, I think, in a large extent. 2 years at 4.5, really steepening here on the 2-year to the 10-year. Inversion. I'm sorry, not a steepening, but inversion. That's a pretty big inversion. That's interesting. And dollar yen, of course, just really crashing. Holy shit, was dollar yen crashing? Dollar yen is in a downtrend. So let's put dollar yen into my down thing. And look, remember I was telling you we're short these arrows. This is the only arrow that missed the signal where we basically sell the bottom. And you're always going to get, in a trend, you're always going to get one of the, the last trade is always going to be the losing trade because the trend eventually has to bounce. You just don't know where it is. But in the meantime, if you think about it, you got 3 or 4 quality trades against just one loser. And, we're trying to basically keep the, my desire or my target is to be 75-25, right? Today, by the way, I am not. This is actually interesting. Let's take a look at. We got a little time here. Nothing much going on here. Let's take a look. Oh, what happened here? Oh, trade evade. Okay. Yeah, I'm up nicely on the day, but what I want to know is my look at my horrible ratio today. Look at this. Look at I want to be 75-25, but because I took all those stupid counter trend trades. The only saving grace is, and I have a P&L because the large trades, were better. But this is a good example of how to really not do what I do. Good, just this is a good lesson. Obviously, when you look at my week, my trades are going to be, my ratio is going to be much better. Still, it's this really weakened my ratio. I was at around at least 70-30, and this kind of really weakened my ratio here down. Let's take a look at this month. Yeah, still, really weakened my ratio. I am trying to get to 75-25. The idea being is that, if I take quality trades, that's really where I should be. But I'm taking way too many carry trend trades just, to satisfy my own impulse. And it's a good, like the good thing about TradeAvate is you can really see very clearly where you're screwing up, and you can totally improve yourself if you do this today. Yeah. Let me. Everybody is asking me about the join BK Traders links. Let me just give you the links again. Very important, by the way. Even if you don't join us, get the Apex accounts, because here's what I was going to say to you. What we're going to do next week. I'm going to put this into play next week. I'm going to show you. So this is a. Sorry, let me reconfigure my symbols back to reality. What I was going to show you is we're going to try next week trading a couple of different ways. One way is something called account hopping. Account hopping is where you take one account, you take 3 trades in it. If they're great, you leave that account alone. You move on to the next one, right? If you're in a super hot streak, then every account is going to be up at the end of the day. If you are, after 3 winning trades, you go into another account and you have 3 bad trades, you leave that account alone, you go to the next one. So account hopping is something that we practice in my room all the time. Not my idea. This is all the guys, I have lots and lots of people in my room in the Proud Coaching who have passed, funded, tens, some of them almost hundreds of eval accounts, like in the multiple tens, like 20, 30 accounts funded. And this is a trick that they started to do. And I love this trick. And why is this a trick so good? Because what's the thing that we do all the time in terms of tilt? We have one account, we're trading really well in the morning, right? And then in the afternoon, we hit a couple of losing trades. We get so pissed that we're like, I want to make all that money back. And then late afternoon, we lose the whole account, right? How many times have you guys done that? And what account hopping does is it completely prevents you from burning that one account down. If you have winning trades, you've built up equity, you just move on. If you have losing trades, you just move on, fresh account, fresh mindset, and whatever negative P&L there, you still preserved your account. You can come back to it tomorrow. You have a better day tomorrow, you get back to it tomorrow, which is exactly what you should be doing. So it sort of creates the kind of discipline that we're completely incapable of having as human beings by giving you a fresh start, and the great thing about, of course, Apex is you can buy 5 accounts for less than the price of one, right? So that's what I bought a lot of those. Please be sure to take advantage of it, because that discount is going to go away, and we're going to put that into play next week. First is account hopping, and then the other idea is to be able to do trade copier at various leverage factors. So it's like a lot of interesting stuff that we can do now, because Apex is just such a great partner of ours, and they're so flexible in what they offer. Watching all the trades, everybody's super quiet before the open. We got 6 minutes to the open. So Fred is saying if Dalian continues to fall, 24.10 is going to drop down. Gold so far is proving you wrong, my friend. Gold is like, screw you all, I'm going higher. Yields are the only thing I care about. I could care less about dollar yen. Yields, yields are really playing nicely. I mean, gold takes out 415. I'm not a guy who makes long-term calls, but it's totally conceivable that we could go back up to 2,500, which is really, really meaningful. Remember, Yes. So, Mark, I can't tell you how to do the trade copy because there's actually videos on this, and it's not a simple process. But if you go to Apex website and just Google trade copier, I think it's on the front page. They have a whole process. They have a whole set of videos that shows you exactly how to set it up. You can trade from Trade of 8 to Ninja. You can trade from minis to micros. It's incredibly flexible, but it absolutely it's absolutely possible. Obi says gold is a buy above 2,400. I kind of agree with you, Obi. I think gold is 218. But anyways, the whole idea is what are the two things that cause tilt? The two things by far that cause tilt: over trading and oversizing, right? Both of which I'm totally guilty of doing all the time, right? Account hopping takes care of over trading because it forces you only to do 2 or 3 trades per account, right? Even if you're over trading during the day, you're not over trading per account, which is really what the important thing is, right? And oversizing is something, I just simply taught myself to just, fuck around with small, trade for real and large. If you can kind of discipline yourself to that, you will really avoid a lot of those problems. So hopefully that's useful to you guys. We're waiting for the open. 4 minutes to the open. 2 minutes to the open. 2 minutes? Yeah, no, 4 minutes to the open. Yeah, it's 26. See what's going on over here. Gold continues to be the uptrend. Equities continue to be downtrend. Downtrend is defined by the fact that they're below the news opening price level, right? Gold continues to be considerably above the news opening price level. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, let's take a look at the poll. You guys want to see what the poll is? Okay, so everybody voted in the poll. Everybody did a good job of voting in the poll. Let's take a look. Okay, let's end poll. Let's see what the results are. Okay, so half the group likes scalp, and another 32% day trades. Only 11% swing traders. That's not a surprise that there are not that many swing traders. And guys, I really welcome you being in my room and kind of, I'm sure amusedly enjoying my 1 or 2 point scalps all day long. But it's good to know that a lot of people here are interested in scalping. Why do I scalp? 2 reasons. One, it's where I'm most comfortable personality wise, and that's really important. Like if you're not comfortable scalping on a personality wise, don't do it. I'm just very comfortable at that level. But the other level is I actually have a methodological reason for it, which is that I feel most confident on the shorter term time frame. And I use the analogy of weather all the time, which is that I feel most confident predicting the weather in the next minute or the next 10 minutes, and least confident in predicting the weather, mildly confident predicting the weather for tomorrow, and absolutely least confident predicting the weather in a week. So I sort of view the markets very much as a chaos environment, very similar to weather, and therefore okay. So just to let you guys know, I'm tempted, really tempted to short this 14-15 break here, but I'm not gonna it's probably gonna work, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm just not gonna be doing stupid ass trades, even if they're small in size, because there's no point. There's no point, right? It's just dumbass on my part to fade a move. Like all this does is it just satisfies my itch. It's not a strategy that I could use long term to make money. It's just a fuck around strategy to satisfy my ego that I'm good at picking turns, right? And that's I think an important point is why are you doing this trade? You're doing this trade just to make yourself feel good, not because you want to be better at the art, right? If you want to be better at the art, you pick quality trend trades in your direction, especially when your whole indicator and everything else around you is configured that way. Now, is it always going to work? Of course, it's not always going to work. Sometimes trend is going to be horrible, and you'll have chop, and you're going to get killed even if you do everything right. But that's not the point. The point is that over the long run, that is the better approach, right? Do I trade the markets when I go after left? I do trade the markets. If it was me, I'd love to trade the markets, full afternoon long. I will do it in like a sneaky fashion. I'm in a meeting, I'll see a setup, I'll trade it. I'll give myself. I really like to if I have my druthers. I really love trading like the 13:30 New York, which is 12:30 Chicago, to about 15:30. The last 2 hours, almost the last 2 hours of the day, are my kind of favorite hours to trade. There's a lot of trend moves or trend slices that I can do well over there. Yesterday was just a money day. Like yesterday was just boom, 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 just straight up days. So I actually think that the real trend in the market occurs in the afternoon, not in the morning. But we all gather in the morning because that's just convenient for us on the open. But yeah, I kind of do that. So what time? We got 9:31. Market open. Now market open, right? So 1 minute, in trading. Gold is giving up the 15. I would have been right on my short, but that doesn't matter. Equities are negative trend. So let's take a look at where's the YM. No signals on the YM because this is a higher low, so not a signal. S&P, no signals. Although S&P is starting to have a signal. Let's see. Do we? We're gonna stay tight with the S&P and see. Oh, I gotta make. Jesus Christ! I gotta make sure that all my setups are correct here. This is the problem. Nope, no signal on the S&P. Nasdaq had a signal, 925, but I wasn't looking at it. All right, let's see what S&P wants to do. So I have a sell on because I'm negative trend. So there's no possible buy signals that could occur here. So 37 seconds left on a sell signal. I'm gonna just I'm gonna be very patient and wait for this thing, and let's see how it plays out. Oh, it's limit to shit. I gotta make sure everything is set up here. The problem is, in order for my script to work, you got to have all the kind of the preset properly done. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay, 12 seconds, 11 seconds left. 8 seconds. Again, no trade unless the candle completes. All right, candle completes. Let's see if we get into a trade. Okay, we're in trade. Target is going to be 85, right? Yeah, target is going to be 85 on this move. We can go into the DOM and watch this if we want. Coming back against me. All right, no problem. It was it was legit trade. Just market. We hit the low of the trend. No problem. We'll look for the next trade for our setup. Where's Nasdaq? Nasdaq's coming back up. Market is just sort of doing market open, market retrace. We'll reconfigure on the next trade. Gold is setting up a positive move over here. So we're going to watch gold over here. 53 seconds. You see, gold is in positive mode. If this gives me a signal, it's a legit trade. We'll trade that. And make sure gold is all good. Yeah, it's all good. No signal on gold. Nas goes green a little bit on this move. All right, I'm going to leave gold alone. Gold maybe on the next candle. We're going to watch the next candle here. Meantime, NASDAQ is giving us a sell signal. So let me just make sure I'm preset on NASDAQ properly. And how's the S&P? Nothing on the S&P. Dow is way below. So just NASDAQ. No, NASDAQ turned around. NASDAQ is not a sell signal anymore. The gold is a possible buy signal. 22 seconds left. Let's watch this. We're going back and forth here. It's the the first 10 minutes of the market where we get lots and lots of two-way price action. All right, I'm actually going to let both of these guys. Well, no, I think NASDAQ looks like it's possible. Okay, let's do NASDAQ. Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. God damn it! Fuck. I made the wrong choice. I'm sorry, guys. I sold gold, which I meant the focus was on. Okay, it doesn't matter. Sell this. Sorry, let me try this one more time. No, now it's just not even worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of gold. Gold actually worked by a mistake because what happened was, and now NASDAQ is starting to work. NASDAQ was the real trade. What happened was because I have two. This is the other problem when I have two charts, which is why I always have a hard time doing this. The focus was on this chart, and the focus should have been on this chart when I was switching around in order to be able to for this to be the execution. So basically, I made money on a accident on gold, but we would have made money legitimately. Oh, and here we go. Let's go look at this again. Where's the S&P here? S&P is. I'm late on the S&P. No, never mind. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay. So one of the things that happens is, my stop order got rejected. I'm at 86, right? And I need to be 88 stop. So what happens is I have to put a buy stop automatically here into my S&P. Because the algo that I write when this is the very annoying and I'm getting stopped out on these things. It's so annoying. Sorry guys, just a lot of moving parts here. This is still a pretty legitimate trade. Let's get big here. But I was late on the entry, and when I hit the sell button. If I hit the sell button over here, I would have made target on my 1 point target, but now I'm just kind of at the mercy of the retrace move, and I may get tagged out on this thing just on a retrace move, because this is the reason why I try to focus on one instrument at a time, and when I go to two instruments at a time, you see what happens. I lose my execution prowess. Because I want to do some, but the problem is I miss trades if I am not looking at all the instruments, but then I miss entries if I'm looking at all the instruments, and I think it's worse to miss entries than to miss trades when you're scalping. So I kind of have to stick to one instrument at a time in terms of focusing on. That's why I cycle through the charts instead of having them all together. It's just a lot of this stuff is just trading view. It's just the limitations of trading view as a trading platform. Unfortunately, keep it like this. Okay, I'm getting a secondary sell signal. Let's see if this kind of helps me. We'll see. Oh, so close. It was three quarters of a point in there, and didn't quite make it. Market is very, very choppy. It's a typical 9:30 to 10 o'clock chop, where we, lots of two-way trade, not a lot of continuity, which is why like the best trades are for this stuff is always after 10 o'clock when you get some real continuity happening. But I'm trying to take. I'm gonna no idea. Oh, total luck in a sense that luck because I was able to escape the stop. The theory behind this was very sound. It was definitely a negative trend. We're below this, but my execution was really, really weak. We also had a lot of volatility. So even if I was right, the volatility could have taken me out. So what I mean by luck is that I survived the volatility, but I got my order done. So that was good. Let me kill this order. But I really gold turns negative. I think what I got to do, guys. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have an off screen with all the charts off screen. So then if I glance and I see a setup on the other chart, I can quickly go to this chart. Because again, when I'm trading live with you guys, I'm trying to arrange. The problem is if I go to a 2-screen split, right? And let's say this one is a buy, this one is a sell, and I don't have my focus, my physical mouse focus on this one, or I have my mouse focus on this one. I'm trying to do a trade on this one, and I'm doing a trade. It's going to execute the wrong symbol, which is why I absolutely have to have a single trade view on the on this in terms of execution. On the other hand, in order to be able to see the trades all across other instruments, I'm gonna just put it on a different computer screen, so that way I can glance, and if I see, oh, this is setting up, I can quickly change it on this way. It's just working out the kinks of trading live on TradingView is always a problem. Yeah, New York loves to sell off gold. You're right. New York loves to sell off gold. Gold just kind of died out here. You really called it well. So by the way, gold, let's do this. Gold is still above, still positive trend. Gold is still positive trend, but it's going to really take a long, arduous, basically gold may come back down and then resume. And I still, by the way, if I'm trading to the best of my strategy abilities, I would do nothing but just wait for the green up arrows. I would not trade anything else in gold but green up arrows, even though it was really, really made you feel good to hit to short the top. On the other hand, equities are actually continuously downtrend, right? And they're market down, and they're below the trend. By the way, look at this one. This would have been a really, really good signal in Nasdaq. That I just again I missed because I didn't have it on the other chart, on the other move. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this on my other computer, and this way if I have a couple of moves, I'm actually going to do this. This is really cool. You guys can't see it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the charts on a side panel, and this way I can see all the signals properly. And looks like equities, by the way, are trying to come back a little bit off the lows. So let's wait patiently here. Let's see if we get any more signals to the downside. Remember, we are negative trend here. All right, guys. And I see people. Well, let's hang out for a little bit longer here. We got till 10 o'clock. Okay, I'll hang with you guys till 10 o'clock. The big kind of thing that I wanted to sort of show you. First of all, news levels really important in establishing trend. Right? You guys can see that really, really clearly. Right? You can see this over here. That this was basically negative trend, and all the negative signals worked very, very well. Right. So if you just simply hung tight, took all the negative signals, you made money on literally every one of them, right? That's all. Secondly, kind of takeaway, don't fade the trend. I love to sell tops buy bottoms. Really, really stupid. It makes you feel good, but it doesn't do you any good. I guess that's a good way of putting it, right? It makes you feel good, but it doesn't do you any good. So we're going to try and stop doing that a lot more. And third, I'm going to just basically, in order to really give us the best possible trade ideas and trade entries, I will now keep all of the trades on a side monitor. This way I can really see, like right now, I'm actually seeing the Dow off my side monitor. This is a really good example. You see how that's showing me a sell signal over here on the Dow, right? So that means I can preset myself nice and clean. 16 seconds left. Let's see if this trade does anything. But we're gonna wait to see if the candle holds. But you see how cool it is that I was able to at least catch it. So we're not going to have missed opportunity. We're going to have less missed opportunities next week because I'm going to set this up. I'm trying. There's a lot of moving parts. There's the integration. There's the indicators. There's the charts. There's the execution scripts. So we will get all the stuff ironed out. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying the trading, warts and all, because. Overall, what you're seeing is that the trend scalping works. I really hope you agree with me that trend scalping works. You see a lot of it. You see how many of these things I put into action. When I do it correctly, it's actually working really well, right? You can't imagine me at a casino. I never gamble, my friend. I never gamble. I don't play negative expectancy games. So I try to be the casino, not be in a casino. I'm trying to be a 75%, 25% bet guy. Yeah, I don't get those odds in a casino. So I'm just watching everything else on the charts here. Everything seems to be rallying back up. Like equities feel like it looks like equities are magnetizing towards the news level. We'll see how much they hold. I have a feeling it's a weak rally, but who knows? Yeah, I've been saying equities are due for a sell-off for the last week and a half. I've been wrong continuously. So anything I say can and will be used against me in a court of law. I do not pretend to know where things are going. How's dollar yen? Dollar yen looks like it's stabilizing three handles below. Holy shit. Somebody must have just flushed. I would love to see how much volume there was in dollar yen today. Like somebody said that BOJ must have come in. It sounds like they really did. Sounds like they really, really did. Gold is at 2401. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's look at gold for our entertainment purposes. So gold is still a positive trend. So it's market up, but it's definitely getting closer to news levels. There's a big distribution move here, right? All of my this, however, was a very good trend trade on gold. This would have been a good trend trade on gold. We should have just focused on gold today. This would have worked. This didn't work. This worked, and that's it. There was only 3 opportunities essentially on gold. As far as trend trades go. Now gold finally makes a green candle, but that's not a buy candle because it's way, way below. So basically what we're looking at here is, does gold stabilize and does gold re-rally? And if gold re-rallies, then the second green candle that comes in here is going to be a higher low, is going to give us a buy signal. Let's see if that occurs. Meantime, S&P is rallying to the upside a little bit, and NASDAQ is rallying to the upside. This should be, all negative. Oh man, guys, I'm sorry I missed this. I didn't have this on my other chart. I'm going to set this up on my other chart. Um, interesting. This would have been another great short on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq would have been like literally pure money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners had I just focused on it. But this is a beautiful thing. The indicator is always going to be there with us. The trades are always going to be there with us. Today was a mildly profitable day, not a great day because I went off target. I had execution errors. I wasn't watching charts. None of that fucking matters. What really matters is if you have a good strategy. You have a good strategy. You have confidence in that strategy. You can come back tomorrow. I can come back in the afternoon. I'm pretty confident I'm going to come back in the afternoon and rip it apart today. And we'll come back next week and I'll show you. But that's the thing that I want to kind of leave you with. I started with Roger Federer where he said, "Listen, I only win 54% of my points," and that's how you got to be thinking about it. It doesn't freaking matter what happened in any of the individual trades today. You got to have confidence in your game. As long as you have confidence in your game, you're going to be really good. So hopefully you guys are all going to come join me in my game. When do I change the New York open time? I change it at 12. It goes to 13:30 New York. 13:30 New York is like end of lunch. That's like the New York close. 12:30 Chicago time. It goes to 12:30 on the exchange hours, and then I would change those levels, and I would see how the New York close trades. That's sort of like my levels. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you guys one more time on all the links. Please be sure to get the Apex accounts, and if you guys want to join us, here's the link to my trading. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. It was I actually had a blast here with you guys. Although, because I'm always trying to improve technology, it's always a shit show as far as just execution and everything else. But I really think next week, where I have multiple monitors, where the setups are going to be off screen, so I don't have to, constantly miss ideas, we're going to catch a lot more trades that way. And you guys are going to really enjoy it. So please come join me next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to do this again. Otherwise, any final questions, any final thoughts, anything else you guys want to ask me? I'm happy to hold you. You're right, Obi. I don't have gold on my thing. Gold is holding 2,400. I don't have a signal, so I have to wait. Now, if gold comes back down, gives me a new green line, that's going to give me the positive signal I need for gold, and I'll be trading that. Why don't I look at DOM when I trade? Why? Give me a reason why I should look at DOM. What's so special about DOM? Like I'm genuinely curious why you think there's any kind of an edge in whoever is putting up bids and asks. Like, do you make money on bids and asks? It's the same question that I always ask people who tell me, why don't I look at volume? Do you get paid by volume? Like, if there was 10 million contracts traded at this price, or one contract traded at the price, does it make a difference to you in terms of your own P&L? That's my question. And the answer is no, because what you get paid on is price. And I think volume, DOM, what's the volume profile, ICT, everything is total bullshit. I mean, it may very well work for those people that want to trade it. But if you want to trade pure price action over and over again, if you want to make 75% of your trades 10 times in a row, you get paid on price. So pay attention to the only thing that matters, which is price. I pay attention to price. I could give an F. I've seen more DOMs in my life than you can possibly imagine. And all they do is they show you who's lying, okay? And I'm not really interested in figuring out who's lying, okay? Because it's not really that material to me. The chart is going to tell me where the true move is most of the time. That's all I'm trying to do. What I look at after I trade, same thing. I'm just looking at this. After I trade, I'll have more monitors and more. Generally, honestly, what I do myself, like if you want to know what I do myself, is I pretty much just trade this. Today it's kind of really, really flat, but this pretty much I trade this. and I'll just focus on. I love this instrument. I'm very, very, good at clipping it. And if I can do this, 8-9 times a day, I'm in good shape. Occasionally, in addition to this, I'll look at this. This is pretty much all I do. I'll trade this as well, but that's it. That's all I need to do. This has been a great instrument today, like a complete trend failure. And look how clean the indicator picked it all up. Trend, negatives, 5, 6 in a row, right? Just super easy to make it happen. So that's all I do. I keep it simple. Okay, my friends, are we all good? You guys have a good time? Should I do a final poll? Did everybody enjoy it? No, I don't think I need to do a poll on that. Just let me know if you guys had a good time. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to cover next week. But again, we're going to come back next week. I am going to be every day when I live trade with you. I feel like I get better and better at processes. We're going to do better processes, which means we're going to be able to pick up, better trade signals, and that's going to help us. I'm just watching my other chart here to see what the hell's going on here. Market down. I need to configure myself properly. Oh, I have an S&P trade. Let's go to the ES. I do have an S&P trade. Let's try this one more time. Let's see if this works actually. See, still rejecting the stop, right? So I'm back at 89. Now I got to go to 91 and put a stop. This is the problem with my. Okay, never mind. Before I even had a chance to put a stop, the final order got done. Proof final that my signal works. And you see, I'm a little bit better now because I can catch those signals on the other chart, and and you guys can work it with me. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna try and figure out, why the fuck this script is not giving me the. Maybe it's just trade of 8, and I'm putting in the orders too fast, and it's just rejecting my stops. Whatever. The key thing is it's getting me into the market fast. And if I have to put a manual stop against it, I'll put a manual stop against it. I still like this execution better than me having to point and click on the whole thing. In the perfect world, Trade of 8 would actually create an auto execution API, so we could all do a much better job. But we live in the world we're given, not the world we want, and we're trying to do the best we can with it. We end on a win, on a nice, clean, positive, big win. $50 in 5 seconds, my favorite kind of trade, and we'll keep doing that for the rest of the day. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah, BOJ intervened, Asahi reporting, right? I'm really glad. Gordon says he's really positive with the simple scalper. Really glad. Yeah, we're going to keep it very simple, and we're going to keep it very profitable. We end up positive on the day just by staying to our principles. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I see everybody next week, and we're going to be better than ever because I'm gonna have all my outer screens all set up, and I'll be able to really run the show much more efficiently. Thank you. I'll see everybody later. This is going to be posted in just a few minutes. Everybody have a good time. Bye-bye.